What up, YouTube? We back at it again. We're doing some throwback Tom stuff. I've got lists of stuff that I kind of run down. I haven't done any Tom in a minute, so I'm running through this list. Anyways, do me a favor, if you're new here, if you're not new here, run over to Tom's page. I don't know why I haven't done this one. There's quite a few that I haven't. He's got a whole catalog, and I'm probably maybe a third of the way into stuff that he's done. Most of it is on here. Some of it I've seen, otherwise, and I haven't posted just because I've seen it. I don't think I've seen this. We're looking at No Lives Matter. Like I said, go support, go like and subscribe. If you like what I do, please like, comment down below, subscribe. Let's see why No Lives Matter. This is a few years old. I kind of have an idea where this is going, just given the sort of the underlying narrative that where kind of Tom was and what he was doing around this time. But let's go.
Hip-hop diet is full of guys who cannot even rap. Facts. Media dividing us by colors, white or black.
He put black in white and white in black.
Black. Facts. If you believe in Jesus, these days Christians get it.
The clothing in this stuff. He started off in a Gucci suit. Now he's talking about Jesus. He's in the clouds with the
If you don't hate police,
floral.
Then everybody thinks you're whack. And everything's so connected. Black Lives Matter got so aggressive. White folks who agree can't support the message.
See, that's so true too. White folks who agree can't support the message because a lot of you have these movements that were sort of or still are separated. The Black Lives Matter, the All Lives Matter. There's so many different. And even if you wanted to support, like, just because the way by which the aggression by which that they sort of went about their, I wouldn't say enforcing, more so exposing their message. It kind of left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, just because especially like they made it more just a strictly black thing. Like and I think me as a white man, like I support. I support Black Lives Matter. I support, different movements for different reasons. But like when it becomes to a point, like I support the message they stand behind. When it becomes to a point where it's violent or aggressive or, sort of over the top with the way that a message has to be given. There's ways to do things. I guess is what I'm saying in a nutshell. But.
Sides go to war because they don't respect it. Our social climate from the global tension turned to total violence and a whole depression. We can unify and then I'll go against them, but we let them divide us with votes and elections. Hey,
we let them divide us with votes and elections, right? We're talking about upstairs, and that's exactly what I mean. That's what we're sort of built on right now is just straight up divisiveness, and that's not going to change. It's always a versus scenario. It's not a with scenario ever. Left and right, black and white. Everybody's against somebody for some reason, and you have to, there's no gray area. There's never like a, there's never like a middle ground that we can just meet and like, all right, this is what you think. This is what I think. So let's find a place in the middle, right? What do they call it? A Venn diagram. We need a Venn diagram for America, right?
The music we bump, all about shooting guns and doing drugs. Hey, whoa. The things that he
speaks about that a lot, but yeah, I mean, he's talking about different hip hop artists and what they're pushing in their agenda is usually going to be. And didn't he go on? What was his interview that he did like recently? I think about that. Anyways, I saw an interview where he had to defend that hip hop was that a lot of hip hop culture was driven towards those kind of categorical items and your women, your guns, your drugs, your etc. But
we want to promote it subliminally through the songs like you need a fast car, you need designer clothes.
He says you need designer clothes as he's rocking a Gucci jumpsuit.
You need a rap star to tell you to start popping pills, hit the blunt, and go live at the club till you're broke. It's all controlled by the elites. Put fake news all over our screens, convincing the right to go fight with the left and distract from the fact it's each other.
He did the same thing with right and left, didn't he? He had the left and blue. Yeah.
To go fight with the left and distract from the fact it's each other we need. Divided by race and religion, segregated into teams.
He's doing that. I haven't heard him do that. He's doing that. It's kind of a playoff, like a lot of the sort of like new age kind of rap. I think he's kind of sort of comically taking a shot there, but
You a white supremacist. If you're not, I guess you Antifa.
that's exactly it. It's extreme. You're extremes. You have to pick one, right?
Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter.
Dude, a lot of people will say that like Tom's music gets you know, a lot of this narrative that he pushes gets redundant. He does that shit on purpose because no one else is gonna say it. No one else is who else is out there saying this. So he has to take that on to he's putting his message out there on purpose, and he's doing it over and over. He has to be redundant. So that hopefully people will listen. And if you look at where he's come from even then to now, people are listening. So whatever he was doing was working. But you know, a lot of his songs do kind of follow a very kind of similar path with topical, you know, the things that he's singing about. The beat on this is sick. By the way, I haven't even touched the music part of this. I'm just or his rapping ability, like the rhyme schemes are nasty. I'm just listening to the words right now. I could go back and dissect it, like the musicality of it, and just verse by verse. But anyways, I'll be here forever. But
Freedom's dead. If you have an opinion, take it back. Facts. People hate the president. If you don't, then you trash. Facts. Indoctrinate the nation using news and mainstream rap. Facts. The government abuses us. It's all part of the plan. Facts. And it's so confusing. Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter ain't racist or stupid.
That's what I just said a couple minutes ago, right? Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter is a racist and stupid, right? What did you just say?
And it's so confusing. Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter ain't racist or stupid. It's non-black humans who don't feel included. All colors fall under laws that govern the whole country, and we all
He's bouncing around. I love that.
Suffer. We're all broken. Nobody recovers until we accept that we're all brothers.
And he was just talking about the elites and talking about the government, right? So the title in and of itself of the song "No Lives Matter" is basically saying that you've got all of these different groups kind of segregated, right? With pushing their own agenda and at each other's throats. And it's divisive. Whereas he's talking about what would happen if we just kind of found common ground, right? We don't have to fucking believe what our neighbor believes. However, there is the ability to compromise with one's neighbor. I don't like that your tree is hanging over my fence. Fuck you. All right. Well, instead of that, all right. How about I trim it a little bit over here? Would that help out a little? I'm dumbing it down a lot, but then you have the No Lives Matter, which he's saying like, all right, well, essentially because you have these so many groups, No Lives Matter. But then the double on that is to the elites and to the government, literally No Lives Matter. The goal there is pushing the division, because that's where you're going to get, again, your narrative is driven by votes. It's driven by essentially just media and social toxins. So it's a double with what he did with the title there. But
hey, the music we make all about big booties and getting paid. Hey, whoa. We watch the news and it fills up our brains with violence and riots and race. Like this is a race war. You need to hate more. Get what you came for. You need some songs about Xanax and violence so you can escape more.
Right, and that's what the industry pushes too. Is music that, and this fills everybody's heads. This music that's driven you need to sing about, you know, Xanax and whatever he said, and this is a race war, right? So we need to promote our side of this, right?
More. Get what you came for. You need some songs about Xanax and violence so you can escape more. What a vicious cycle we can't break away from. They control the culture, they control the paper. They're indoctrinating a whole generation till the patriots start to hate the nation. The music we love make us dumb and addicted. The news that we watch is brainwashing the children. The viruses, riots, and racist conditions ain't problems, they're symptoms of life in the system.
That was nasty rap scheme right there. So that's what I meant, though. I wasn't, his syllabatic, his flows right now are sick. And the cadence on that was nasty. But
The Patriots
again, I was just trying to listen to
the
the
music
lyrics.
we love make us dumb and addicted. The news that we watch is brainwashing the children. The viruses, riots, and racist conditions ain't problems, they're symptoms of life in the system. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. The music will make you dumb. The media makes you hate, and they control them both. There ain't no escape. They put the world in a state of chaos. Economy crashing and massive layoffs. Black against white, or it's left versus right. Divide and conquer and control is the payoff. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter.
You see the contrast here in just like just straight up attire. You got Happy Man in the clouds. He's basically taking a sort of like personifying and depicting like kind of your ideal, or what you would think. Like you've got your hippie in the clouds, and then you've got your militant with the mask and decked out in camo. You see what he's doing there?
Turn us on each other till no lives matter.
And in the middle of all of that, over the hippie, between over the river, through the woods, between the militant, the hippie, and whatever, you have the rapper in the Gucci suit, right? Pushing that talk. Nova Slade. I know I'm late, but I hadn't actually seen this, and honestly, like it's I get its relevance, and this is probably more during like a lot of the, there's more sort of BLM, kind of a lot of triggered kind of rioting and whatnot, just based upon, hate crimes. And, there's a lot of stuff, especially right then, going on with police brutality and whatnot. I think more so then than like right this second. But it's relevant. It's always relevant. It's probably always going to be. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. And it starts, well, it should start from the top, but unfortunately we're not that lucky. So, he's trying to figure out a way to encourage people to help to make it start from the bottom. Anyways, that's what I got on No Lives Matter. Everything Tom does is going to be thought provoking for sure. A lot of it does on purpose kind of follow, sort of similar paths, but again, he does that on purpose. If I was, you have artists that sing about love all the time, love songs. You have artists that sing. I mean, there's certain things that, this isn't even like necessarily per se his agenda or what he's not pushing any of like, really, he's not like pushing his like personal, he doesn't gain anything from this, from being, being the dude with the megaphone. It's all it is he catches hate, if anything. Some of it is, very, very wise marketing for sure. But he catches a lot of hate too. But it's what there is to gain is also pushing a message that just wake the fuck up and look around you. And that's all he's saying. Look what causes these issues. Really look. And that's about it. Anyways, go support Tom. Please go like and subscribe. If you like what I do, please like, comment down below. Subscribe. Let's keep it moving to the next.